Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Portugal Fintech and ECO and the Fintech House for hosting Embedded Everything. I'm here to host this fantastic panel, and hopefully by the end of it, you're going to hear about some of the exciting experiences that are happening in their organizations. I'd like to start by asking each one of you to make a short introduction of yourself and your role in your organization with regards to what brings us here today.
So, I can start?
Yes, please do, Marta.
So, hi everyone, my name is Marta. I'm the Business Development Director of Cartão Continente. I think every Portuguese people knows what is Cartão Continente, but I think it will be useful to tell you a bit of our history. So we were born in 2007, and it's obvious we were born as the loyalty program of Continente. That is the biggest food retailer in Portugal. And it was a huge success since the beginning. Actually, we had a KPI of achieving 1 million accounts in 1 year, and we achieved that in only 10 days. And that grows, and we started to be the biggest loyalty program in Portugal. But then in 2012, nobody was speaking about ecosystems, but we decided that there should be a strategic shift. And for increasing the value to our customers, we have to partner with other brands, other leading brands, and we think about creating a leading ecosystem of loyalty. And we structure all the team, and we now have 20 brands, permanent brands in our program, and we are a multi-partnership program. And we are now in our third stage. We started in 2007 a digital transformation. We started to launch a new app, and now we have 1.5 million users monthly, so it's huge too. And we are launching new features, digital features. We launched the electronic invoice. We are the first retailer in the loyalty program to launch the electronic invoice. We launched Continente Pay, that is our wallet. And we wanted to integrate the payment with the loyalty in the shopping experience and to create more seamless experience. And it was like a magical moment. And I don't know if you try it, but it's really good. It's so good that the customer doesn't understand it, actually. Yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy to pay with Continente Pay. You have to try it. And now we just launched Top Up, that we call it Continente Carrega. Then you can charge your Cartão Continente with money, and we give more that charge the card. So it's the new, new feature.
Interesting. Miguel.
I'm usually passionate, but after Marta, love to hire you with that so much passion. I'm Miguel, one of the founders and CEO of Coverflex. We're an employee benefits platform, really trying to build a compensation ecosystem, and that's maybe potentially why I'm here. So we're kind of building the whole banking infrastructure as well as the insurance infrastructure, and really trying to tap into every employee. So really giving an app and a card to every employee and really monetize, but actually streamline and optimize every euro that you get as part of your compensation through Coverflex. So we're a very mini version of Continente. We're not even talking about millions. We have just over 150,000 users. We started in 2021, Portugal, Spain, and Italy.
Thank you, Miguel.
Hi, I'm Catarina Rocha. I'm from Center for Transformation from Fidelidade, and I'm here today to present you our on-demand insurance platform, Just in Case by Fidelidade. I am not yet as big as Cartão Continente, but we'll aim to get there. So what is Just in Case? Just in Case is our on-demand insurance platform where you can prepare and plan all your trips. In less than 2 minutes, tap, and you have your insurance on your pockets. It's 100% digital, single channel, so you don't exit the channel, you pay directly digitally. You can have access to several benefits plus the insurance travel, such as access to lounge in case of delayed flights, share your to-do list with your friends and also your luggage list. You can also access to relevant content regarding the places and destinations you go, plus you have all the documentations in one single place. So basically, Just in Case is the one-stop shop for travel preparation.
Thank you, Catarina. Like Mike Tyson, the heavyweight champion, once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Now, I used to be a finance lawyer before I saw the light. And
Before I saw the light.
one time I was advising an international client that wanted to come into Portugal with a buy now, pay later solution. And we had our shares of uppercuts, mostly from the regulator. And more recently, I've been experiencing some light jabs and light punches whenever I try to come up with a project that encompasses something, some sort of embedment. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of trying to build an embedded solution?
Okay, I will tell you three. Okay.
That's not what we talked about before. But, okay, go ahead.
So when we have the technology, it's very difficult to implement and to integrate all the systems with all the partners. It's very expensive, and it could take a long time to implement. So this is one, it was short. The second one is the legal requirements and the tax requirements. We have money in the Cartão Continente, but it's not actually money. So it's discounts, so it's very complicated tax thing. So you are actually thinking about having e-money licensing, but it's actually very difficult too. And the third one is, and I think is the major one, is egos, okay? So we deal with big companies like Continent, and we have to deal with their egos. We have to explain to them that there is no problem in being having a loyalty program that is called Continent. Galp doesn't want to have a loyalty program called Continent. They don't like it. And they have their own roadmap, and they want to do their own things at their own time. And that is probably the most difficult things, having all the companies aligned. And when we are introducing to a new company, trying to do a new partnership, it's like a leap of faith. They have to believe that will contribute to their income. They will increase their sales for being a part of this ecosystem. And actually, it works. And sometimes what we do some pilots with them, like let's try this in some stores and the others don't. Let's see what happens with that store if you increase sales. And it's always yes, they're the answer. But yeah, the difficult thing is having this leap of faith in dealing with these egos.
Thank you, Marta. So it's true that you still haven't managed to get approval from the Bank of Portugal for the e-money license?
We didn't try it, but we are thinking about it. We have really huge discussions about that.
Yeah,
it's very difficult.
I can imagine. Thank you. Miguel.
It's actually a great challenge because I think Coverflex will get the EMI license before Sonae. So Rui back there.
Ooh, a little bit of competition.
It's a challenge for you.
Let's go.
It's not me, it's actually the team. So I just get the crazy ideas. I think in terms of I think she's absolutely right. Like there's so many, there's the technology part. I would actually emphasize something that I think takes us hopefully apart. If you think about compensation, if you think about benefits, it sounds really boring, right? Actually, we were discussing about insurance and how she loves insurance, right? I was enthusiastic about her passion and also her passion for loyalty, right? So the interesting thing is, if you think about compensation and benefits, it really usually sucks, and also the consumer. Like if we think about our kind of like the tools that companies give us to pay us, the pay slip stuff and the insurance, the health insurance, the life insurance, and everything around that sounds really daunting, really complex, really like not user friendly. So I think the biggest challenge that we've had at Coverflex is, even though we're a B2B, we're actually a B2B2C, and we do want to be a love brand, right? And you are one of our early customers, and Sonae indirectly through another partner. But the real challenge is we'd love to work with them, but really provide something that is different and better for the end consumer, right? For the user. We really build the whole company on employee focus, on employee centricity. And because like all the other products have built for the HR and for the company side. And the real challenge is, everyone has a big ego. Everyone wants Coverflex to have like 1 million users. And hey, like once you have 1 million users, come back to me and we'll build something proper as you want to kind of provide. And what we're saying is that, yeah, man, once we have like 10 million users, we probably don't really need you, right? Like you need to trust us. So a lot of it is us convincing them that they should partner, like Doutor Finanças did in the very early days. And that's why we're so proud of the customers, but really like trying to build something different, unique, like topping up into a pension product. Last year, we've done over 20 million euros into pension through Coverflex in a completely digital, innovative way. And however, if you go to those partners in the beginning and you test them with that, and they say, Miguel, it's impossible, right? So that's, I think, the real challenge. Everyone talks about customer centricity, but it's really hard to make it like really a good experience for the end user. Like Revolut is a great product, but if we like from Portugal want to create like a Revolut type of product, world-class consumer-facing product, is really, really hard. And I think that's had been like finding the right partners to do that. And when we find someone like you, we really try to treasure that and build like great products with Real Vida for pension and like other insurance products that we'd love to work with.
Thank you, Miguel. And I can imagine that B2B2C proposition is in itself a challenge to try to pass the message and try to convince people of the value that you provide to both of the sides of the equation. Thank you.
So, and picking up what Miguel just said, one of our main goals is also bring that part of layer of sexiness to insurance. And we need to put this in context because, as you may all know, Fidelidade is a group with more than 200 years old. And even today, we rely on our traditional channels, which is agents, brokers, and so on and so forth. So when you go to Just In Case, it will really comes to a paradigm shift. So here we are going to approach directly to the consumer in 100% digital, and there we need to basically go to the context, which is insurance. Insurance is heavily regulated. And when we are building the track from B to B2C and B2C, we need to take this into account. So insurance is heavily regulated, and when I'm talking about embedded solutions with players from tourism and mobility, I cannot ask them, well, overnight, let's become a broker. Because it's heavily complex and it's heavy long, short relating time. So we need to work in terms of regulations to see what is going to be the turnaround, to be able first to enter in their journey, overcoming these regulations, and secondly, being able to communicate it together. So this was technically one of our biggest breakthroughs in terms of regulations. And then I will merge the technology with integrations because we do all the development inside the house. So it is good because we own totally the solution, so we can control it from A to Z. We can shape it, reshape it, according to business, according to consumer usage. For example, Just In Case started as an app. Now it evolved for a web app. We are using two types of technology there. So we are using as a parent frame via CMS, so via HubSpot, and a child frame as a low code via OutSystems. So this brings us, because it's also cloud-based solutions, a lot of flexibility, opportunities to scale, and also easy to integrate. But there is always a but. When we go to partners and we need to integrate, sometimes our cycles of development don't match theirs. So here it is a challenge to match this cycle of development. So regulation plus tech, it's a challenge combination.
Thank you, Catarina, and thank you for sharing your passion for insurance.
Always.
If everyone liked the same color, what would happen to yellow, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so now I'm curious, what when you go and seek partnerships, what are the key selling points that you see that, not that you are focusing on, that are getting the most attraction from your partners?
The first one is very, very obvious, is data. We have tons, millions of data. We know 4 million families in Portugal. We have 4 million accounts now. One account for us is one family. So we have 4 million families. We have more or less all Portugal in our loyalty program. So when we go to a partner, and it's easy, that conversation actually. So they want to get access to that data. They want to get access to communicate with the customers. We can text message them, email them. So you get access to a whole platform of communication. And better than this, you can personalize your offers, you can personalize your communication. You get to know the customer. Let's give you an example. Let's Galp. You have a fuel station. You can know two things about your customer. You can know which type of product he bought. it's what kind of gasoline he buys, or in the frequency he buys, like 1 time of the month, 2 times per month. When you get to this ecosystem, you have access to all this data, you can know a lot of stuff. You can start to know or infer what day he gets this salary, what kind of customer he is, which day he wants to be contacted. So data is for sure, and personalization of the experience is for sure a selling point, an easy selling point. The second one, just two more, is the cost, because having a loyalty program is very, very expensive. The IT costs are really huge. The data structure is huge, and also the team. We have a lot of business analysts, data scientists, and a lot of people. And for having this infrastructure is very heavy. So if you can share with that cost with 20 brands, it gets really light. So that is other selling point that is very, very easy. And the third one is a feature of our card, that we have balance in the card. And the consumers can spend it in all brands and more than 2,000 stores. So this drives traffic, this increases sales, and this is a huge benefit for all. So.
Thank you, Marta. Just made a note to myself, cancel your Continent card. No. Otherwise, Sonae will know how much alcohol you buy every month. So,
and we'll send you a discount.
Cancel that cancellation. Speak to Marta afterwards. Miguel.
I'm going to steal here because Marta is bringing data as a key point. Plus the data, I'm bringing also cash to the table. So this is my selling point as well. So I'm bringing data and I'm bringing cash and I'm bringing an extension of a value proposition. Because if you look to just in case as the complete package, because it goes from the beginning when you start dreaming about a trip, and when you start planning your trip, and when you start sharing with your friends, you are growing the value proposition of the partner. So especially when we are working in the ecosystem of travel, just to give you a more complex idea. Just in case, nowadays, we are focusing on travel, but we have a product roadmap. So in this moment, when you go to the players of tourism and also mobility, we are able to strengthen their value proposition and also to bring more complexity to what they offer to the consumer. Plus, and this will depend on the partnership we'll establish, we can also bring behavioral data, of course, we are insurance, and also we can share revenue. And this is also the part of the table that we bring. Plus, in a very, very, very easy way to set up, because it is embedded, because we work into technologies and so on and so forth. And also, in this way, it has a very low cost, and basically, cash comes to your table. Nothing like cash.
Nothing opens doors like money, right? Thank you. Miguel.
They've said it all. I'll give you the startup one, which is, what the fuck do you do when you don't have brands like they have, right? And that's maybe what I can bring to the table. Because 3 years ago, we had basically 0 users in this country. And I'm looking at Inês there, and she's managing today, 150,000 active users. And the good thing now is maybe our millions, we actually have a 1 million target. So by the end of 2025, if basically we have 1 million users, which is actually quite easy, Inês, because she has like 1.5, we actually, the whole company will fly to Maldives. So that's actually suddenly easy. So I think that the real challenge that we've had, and I think what we can bring to the table is like most of the stuff out there for kind of employees on a B2B model is fucking unsexy, right? It's not built properly. Like the best products out there are American products. And something that we're really proud of is, can we build something that is actually like pretty sexy, right? And the way what we can bring to the partners, yes, we do bring, so we're a small company, but we already provide 17% of all Apple business volume in Portugal. So Apple business through Portugal, Coverflex, 17%. So yes, we can generate money to them, we can generate them volume. But the most interest, and partners do come to us for users and they do come to us for revenue. But the interesting thing is, I think we can provide them a really unique way to get closer to the customer. Like on average, our user uses us 9 times per month. And I actually think a lot of the KPIs, our North Star is we want to drive it to 20 times per month. And then with that is not, I'm not going to guess. The good thing about Coverflex model is we're in the middle of the all money transactions, right? We get money by working, and therefore all the money flows between companies and people go through us. And yes, we don't have to guess how much salary you have, like we will know how much salary you have. And then we can also kind of build cashbacks moments and all that stuff. But actually, why did I build Coverflex for the first time? Is because financial literacy sucks in this country. Like, and it actually annoys me that I supported Antonio Costa and then the PS actually fucked up in the parliament, the financial literacy motion, right? Like, if you think about, we are the worst country in Europe for financial literacy. 65% of millennials, I'm a millennium, 34, 65% of millennials get less than €1,000 per month, gross salary. And it's like, because we don't know how to save, and even the very few that save, they don't know how to invest. So actually what we can bring to the partners to the table is actually a fresh perspective on and figuring out the right partners to do it, and actually giving them a platform like Coverflex that actually works with around 6,000 companies in Portugal and hopefully 100,000 companies in like the next 2 years to really provide them more value. And like actually I just was in the weekend in Braga, Casa de Investimentos with Emilia, building something great, like something unique to actually provide them a unique service. João Freire Andrade is here. He's basically our first investor from Big. And I think there's so much stuff we can build. Like, they're great in building financial products. They probably suck getting to the end consumer. So we can actually bring that perspective, right? And hopefully that's what we can do to the partner.
Thank you, Miguel. Now, let me bridge what you just said with my final question. So where do you see yourself going in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of building the ecosystem and building the full Coverflex experience that you dreamed of, and that was your initial vision?
I was hoping to be the last one. I don't want to hear. But I think the 5 to 10 year vision is hard because we're less than 5 years old, and there's so much we want to do. But if you think about like great benchmarks for us, like Nubank in Brazil, right? Like they're less than 15 years old. They're probably like one of the biggest and sexiest banks in the world. They kick ass Revolut. And what they've done is actually something phenomenal. So if really what we can build is, can I build like the sexiest B2B2C brand in the world? Something that really, like, my wife is a doctor. Like Flavia changes people's lives because she saves people's lives, right? I don't say that, I can't really save people's lives. But the interesting thing about Coverflex is, like, if 65% of millennials get less than €1,000, and if the average salary in Portugal is $1,500, like, it shouldn't be that hard for me to help people optimize €150. And therefore, it's 10% increase on their net purchase income, right? And suddenly, hopefully, they can invest more, they can save more, they can invest more, and really build that whole ecosystem, and then get like the right brands, like Sonae, Fidelidade, whoever is interested in building great products for the end user, for the employee, having a platform like us to deliver better products, because we build the first API for Tranquilidade. Like, we build their first API to deliver like instant pricing. And I'm sure we can, like with Fidelidade, Marta, I keep like talking to you for years and years, or maybe months and months, to actually say like, can we build something cool to actually deliver more value? Because of course everyone will use Coverflex in Portugal, hopefully in the next 10 years, and then we can actually build crazy products with it.
Thank you, Miguel. Catarina.
So, just in case it's not that old either, so we are less than 4 years, and when we start with travel, COVID, it was not a nice time to be. So let's shorten that to around truly 2 years, 2.5 years of full speed, and our rate of growth is plus 200%. So each year. So in this case, we are aiming as well to strong growth. And to be able to do that, we really understood that we need to shift our approach. So we are going to redesign the entire approach to embed and also to partnerships. So we are going to go fully modular, and also to be able to provide to the partner in which sector it is a best just-in-case solution. So we will unbundle the product, unbundle the feature. The partner can choose, I want this byte, I want this bit, and I will create my journey, what is the just-in-case suitable for me in my own journey. Also, we want to be the tech enabler, and this way we are going to rewrite our architecture to be fully API-able. We will gain speed, and we also be able to dedicate journeys either through pure embed solutions or redirect links to be able to satisfy faster these needs. So in a nutshell, I would say that modularity, be able to be fully API-able, create dedicated journeys will be definitely the path to grow for the 5 years to come.
Thank you, Catarina. I'll end with you, Marta.
Yeah, so that is the most difficult question of my life. Actually, I question this every day.
Too young.
Yeah, I know.
It will change.
But yeah, the loyalty program is 18 years old, so yeah, we are becoming an adult. And I think we are ahead of our time now, and we always been ahead of our time, so it's very difficult when you are leading, when you are a global benchmark for loyalty, what you are going to do next, right? And I think we are going to do probably two things. One is being the leader of personalization. So we want to speak with every one of our customers in one-to-one. And the second thing is decentralize our program. We are retail-based, full retailer-based program, and probably in the next few years we have to decentralize because of these ego things and because of the way the market is changing. Definitely we'll still grow the brands that we have in ecosystem, new brands. I hope Vorten is coming to the program soon, and that will not over. But we have to change the way we are structured to give more freedom to the brands to do their paths individually.
Thank you very much.